Hello everybody, how are you doing today? So, back in Kent, back to a place that I love. A great place for walking, great place for taking out your family and everything else. But for today, we're focusing obviously on the paranormal side. What am I talking? Paranormal Hever. Stay tuned. Let's go find out what two ghost stories lie within this haunted village in Kent. See you later. Hever Village has to be one of the most quaint and beautiful villages in all of West Kent. As you drive through the rural countryside, all that this tiny village contains is a pub, a church, and a primary school. But its main claim to fame is that of its namesake's Tudor Castle, which was famous due to it being the childhood home of Anne Boleyn, who was the second wife of Henry VIII. With such a rural location, it's no surprise that the ghost stories match this village's history. The first ghost story relates to Anne Boleyn herself, in which she is said to cross the bridge over the River Eden on a reoccurring fashion, without fail every year on the 24th of December, and no sooner is she seen than she disappears for another year. The second ghost story is that of the farmland area that's surrounding Hever Village, said to be haunted by a farmer who was robbed and murdered, and that it's his spectre that can be seen wandering in the countryside, bloodied and confused. Although these are the most common ghostly tales of the village, the most terrifying has to come from the castle itself, with strange noises being heard and ghostly apparitions either said to be that of Anne Boleyn or Anne of Cleves. This Tudor castle in its village certainly hasn't seen the last of its haunted past. Hey everybody, so we're in Hever and I'm going to just take you to the haunted bridge because it's obviously related to Anne Boleyn. And it's something a little bit different for everybody. Now, I can't get down to the bridge to see it from the side that you really need to see it from, but I'm walking across it right now. And it's meant to be haunted by Anne Boleyn. Just incredible, isn't it, really? But the best bit really is the fact that the bridge itself is meant to be a Tudor bridge, obviously to date the castle itself, which is sort of just behind me. But if you look down, you'll get to see these remarkable sort of cuttings. Stunning architecture, really, for what it's worth. If you can see the sort of double arch sort of design, almost gothic in nature, what we'd class as probably now. And the fact that you can see it being worn away by weather and nature. And it's kind of strange because when you're in Hever, you know the castle and you know the pub and you know this glorious church, but what you don't feel is this wonderful bridge that you drive across to get into Hever Castle itself, and it's probably overlooked by a lot of people. But it's just so beautiful, and the views with the fishery and everything else. I mean, that's unfortunately why I can't get down there, because it is part of a private fishery. But if we can look on the other side if you want, and again it gives you this wonderful insight into how beautiful this place is. And to think that Anne Boleyn walks across here and haunts this hallowed place. Simply remarkable and wonderful. Amazing. So I'm just on the outskirts of Hever now, and as you probably saw in the description, the fact that there was this haunted farmer that said to sort of haunt this incredible landscape that's around here. I mean, I know I said it at the beginning of the intro, but Hever is just a beautiful place. It's beautiful in any season, and it's surrounded by farmland. In fact, actually, the main focal point of Hever really is just the church, the pub, and the castle itself. But all around is this glorious countryside, and the story of this farmer who'd been unfortunately killed and murdered, and is said to haunt all around Hever. So you can imagine when you're walking around here and you see this farmer and he might appear to you in some sort of mystical, spiritual fashion. It's because he was murdered and he was trying to sort of wander around, still farming away on the land on Hever. And it's a beautiful little story, very interesting, based on truth, which is obviously makes for the story to be even more realistic, I suppose, in its nature. But yeah, what an incredible place. I love, like I said, I love Hever, and yeah, wow. So thank you as always for watching. Hopefully you really enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and more importantly, feel free to spread the video. You're okay to do that. As always, your support really means a lot to me, and I'm sure we'll be doing more Paranormal Kent videos at some point soon. As always, it's not a question of whether you believe it or not. It's a question really about the story itself and the imagination and the vivid spirituality that it conjures up. So stay tuned, and as always, I'll see y'all very soon. Take care for now. Bye. Kapow!